Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this bracelet right here. This bracelet is my own original design and it is called the Frilly ladder bracelet. Now, I do have an older tutorial on this bracelet, but it is on just a regular loom, so like a rainbow loom. And if you do not have a monster tail, then there will be a link to that tutorial. But anyway, what you're going to need to make this bracelet is you're going to need your monster tail, because that is what this tutorial is for, or any 4 pins on your loom. So any 4 pins that are in this square shape here, like this. You're also going to need your hook. Any hook will work. You will also need a clip. I'm going to be using a C-clip because I have just a ton of these just sitting around. And you will also need rubber bands. Now, as you can see here, I have 3 different groups, and I'm going to go ahead and explain what each group is. So this A group, or these A rubber bands, are going to be the outside of the ladder, so the 2 single chains running down it, and they're black in this example. These B rubber bands are going to be the rung rubber bands, the rubber bands that stretch across the 2 single chains, and they are purple in this example. Then these C rubber bands are going to be the actual frills on the ladder, and they are on the rungs, they are not on the single chain rubber bands. And in the example, they are this metallic pink and this gold mint. Now, I cannot really tell you how many rubber bands you're going to need for this bracelet, other than you're probably going to need about the same number of A color rubber bands that you need to make yourself 2 single chains. So that's about how many rubber bands you will need for A color rubber bands. So I can't really tell you the other things because this is going to be a growing bracelet, which means as you make it, it starts to get longer and longer. So yeah. Now that you know what you're going to need, get your supplies and use the pause button so that you can do so, and I will see you once you have everything. Alright, so to begin making your bracelet, you're going to need 3 A color rubber bands. It does not matter what side the red dot on your monster tail is on, it does not matter. I'm just going to have mine here on the left. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get one of your A color rubber bands, one of the 3 you got out, and you're going to take it and twist it going across the bottom middle pin and the top middle pin, like this. Now you're going to go in here, so you're going to go in here, and you're going to stretch the triangles, both of them, out onto the pin on the left. So this top triangle on the top middle pin will get stretched out over to the top left pin, and then the same will happen for the bottom here. So the bottom triangle will go to the bottom left pin. So now you have something like this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get your other 2 A color rubber bands, and you're going to place one of them going across this top left pin and the bottom left pin, and then the other going across the top middle pin and the bottom middle pin. Now what you're going to want to do now is you're going to get your hook, and you're going to loom the bottom rubber band on all 4 pins, and that should be the cap band or the rubber band you placed first. And make sure so yeah, there you go. Now you should have something that looks like this. Now we're going to actually start making the bracelet. So keep your hook out, and you're going to get all of your A color rubber bands, all of your B color rubber bands, and all of your C color rubber bands. And you can't really see them because, well, they're not really on the screen, so I'm going to try to push them a little closer. There we go. Now, what we're going to do next is a little bit tricky if you don't really, because we're going to be making the next rubber band we'll place on our hook. And this is going to be our first rung rubber band. Now to make a rung for your ladder, you're going to first get 2 C-color rubber bands, and you're going to just put them on your hook like this. Then you're going to twist them while they're on your hook, and you're going to put this new shape you create onto your hook as well. Okay, that did not work out. There you go. Now we're going to get a B color rubber band, and we're going to put it on the actual hook part of our hook, and we're going to slide these 2 C color rubber bands onto this B color rubber band. It's important you keep the little infinity shape on both of your rubber bands. So once you slide those on, put the other end of this rubber band onto your hook as well. And now you should have something like this. Now you're going to get your loom again, and what you're going to do is you're going to place this B color rubber band on your hook, going across any 2 pins on your loom. Horizontally though, so you need to be placing it going across either the top pins or the bottom pins. I'm going to place mine here on the bottom so you can see. So you're going to grab one layer, take it off of your hook. The other end needs to stay on. You're going to put this end on one of the pins. I'm going to be doing the bottom pins. And then you'll do the same for the other end. Now make sure you keep this H shape, and what you want to do is kind of pull it so the 2 ends, so where the rubber bands, there's 2 different ends, and then there's another side where the rubber bands are crossing. Just make sure the side with 2 ends sticking out is pointing towards you, if is pointing outwards away from the loom, so make sure this is happening. Now you're going to get 2 A color rubber bands, and you're going to place them vertically on the left and middle pins. So one's going across the 2 left pins, and the other's going across these 2 middle pins. Now you're going to get your hook again, and what you're going to do is you're going to first loom this rung rubber band, or the B color rubber band. So get your hook, grab the rung rubber band, pull it over the pin it is on, and do this on both pins. Now what you're going to do is you're going to loom all of the bottom rubber bands on all 4 pins. So over here we're going to grab the bottom, pull it over, then do the same here in the middle, grab the bottom, pull it over, and then see here on same here on top, grab the bottom, pull it over, grab the bottom, pull it over. Now make sure your frill rubber bands have the 2 ends of the frills pointing towards you, or at least upwards. Now we're going to do the same thing again. You're going to get 2 C color rubber bands and your hook, and you're going to just set them on your hook like so. Then you're going to twist these rubber bands while they're on your hook, and put this new shape you create onto your hook as well. And I do apologize if you aren't really able to see. It's kind of hard to fit this within the camera's view, but once you have something like this on your hook, you're going to get a B color rubber band, or a rung rubber band, and you're going to put it on the actual hook part of your hook. Then you're going to slide these C color rubber bands onto the B color rubber band. Now you're going to put the other end of this B color rubber band on your hook like so. Now you're going to place this B color rubber band on your loom horizontally. So it does not matter, you can place it on these top pins or the bottom pins. What you're going to do is you're going to grab one end of the rubber band, pull it off of your hook, and put it on one of the pins. Then again, you're going to do the same for the other end. There we go. Sorry about that. Now make sure when you kind of push your frill out that the two ends of the rubber bands are sticking out towards you, not the side where the rubber bands are crossing. I'll show you what it looks like if you have the other end. So this is what it looks like if you have the wrong end. Make sure you have this, or something like it. Now you're going to get two A-color rubber bands and place them vertically on the left pins and the middle pins. Now you're going to get your hook and you're going to first loom this B-color rubber band. Then you're going to loom all of the bottom rubber bands on all four pins. Make sure you do it on all four. Now make sure the two ends of the... So the same thing you should have had with when you pushed the C-color rubber bands outwards away from the loom, you should have that either on top or pointing in the same direction. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck mine in. Now once again we're going to do this again. We're going to do the same thing again. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you the making process of this bracelet one more time, and then I'm going to cut the video and leave you to continue making this bracelet on your own. So if you haven't really been paying attention, you might want to start doing that. So, to continue making your frilly ladder bracelet, you're going to need to get your hook and two C-color rubber bands. What you're going to do is you're going to just set these two rubber bands on your hook like so. Then, you're going to twist them while they are on your hook. Then you're going to put this new shape you create onto your hook as well. Now once you have the rubber bands like this on your hook, you're going to get a B-color rubber band and you're going to put it on the actual hook part of your hook like this. Then you're going to slide these two C-color rubber bands onto this B-color rubber band. Now you're going to put the other end of this B-color rubber band onto your hook. Now we're going to place this B-color rubber band going horizontally on our loom, so across the bottom pins or the top pins. I'm going to put mine going across these two bottom pins. What you're going to do is you're going to take one end of the rubber band off, the other end stays on. You're going to put it on one of the pins. Then you'll do the same thing for the other end, but you'll put it on the other pin this time. Then, depending on what two pins you placed this frill rubber band on, whenever you push the rubber band outwards away from the loom, so if you have it on top, you'll be pushing your rubber bands away from you. You need to make sure you see the two ends of the frills popping out towards you. And this looks a little messed up, but this is the right side. So you should have something like this. And once you have that, you're going to get two A-color rubber bands and you're going to place one of them going vertically across your loom on the left pins and the other going vertically across your loom on the middle pins. Now we're going to get our hook and loom. So, first we're going to loom this rung rubber band or the B-color rubber band. So, go in there, flip over, same over here. Then you're going to loom the bottom rubber bands. Make sure you do this on all 4 pins. So here, here, and then up here on the back. Now once you loom all of those rubber bands, make sure the frill rubber bands or the C-color rubber bands are either pointing the same direction as they were before, so the 2 ends pointing towards you or away from the loom, or pointing upwards. And if they're pointing upwards, you might want to twist them so that they are pointing towards you again. Alright, so as you can see here, my bracelet is already forming, and your bracelet should be doing this as well. And well, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue making my bracelet, and you're going to continue as well. But I'm going to cut the video here, so I'm not going to be fast forwarding, because it probably will take me a while to make this. But you're going to continue as well. And yeah, so if you're not sure still of how to continue making your bracelet, then just go back a few minutes in the tutorial where I explain how to make them, the frills and the ladder in general. And yeah, so just use the pause button if you need to. Alright, so as you can see here, I have made my bracelet long enough, so now it will fit around my wrist. And you should have made yours about this long as well. And once you have made your bracelet as long as you need to, it is now time to take it off of your loom and make it an actual bracelet. So to do this, you're going to need your hook and a clip, or your clip, whatever you're going to be using. Now what we're going to do is you need to make sure you only have 1 layer of rubber bands on all 4 pins. So there shouldn't be a B-color rubber band on your loom. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to get your hook, and you're going to move all of the rubber bands onto these 2 middle pins first. So what you're going to do is start here on the bottom. You're going to grab this rubber band on the bottom left pin. Then you're going to take it off of the pin very carefully. You don't want to lose the other end of the rubber band or this rubber band itself. And then with the rubber band that's on your hook, you're going to bring it inwards to this bottom middle pin. Now you're going to do the same thing on the top here. You're going to grab the rubber band here on this top left pin and bring it, or actually take it off of the pin first. Be very careful. And then bring it inwards to the top middle pin. Right, so once you have this right here, you're going to move all of the rubber bands down to this bottom middle pin now. So you're going to come up here to this top middle pin with your hook, grab all of the rubber bands on this top middle pin, and then carefully bring them down to this bottom middle pin. Make sure you get all the rubber bands onto that pin. Now, you should only have rubber bands on 1 pin on your loom, and once that is true for you, you're going to get your hook, or not your hook, your clip, and you're going to slide your clip onto all of the rubber bands on this bottom middle pin. So once you have the same thing as I do here, your clip on all of the rubber bands on this pin, you can take the rubber bands off of the pin and off of your loom. Now this last frill right here might be a little bit messy, so you might need to do some pushing and adjusting. Oh, that was easy. Okay, I just needed to push mine. But now what you're going to do is you're going to attach your clip to the other end of your bracelet, or your cap band. And this rubber band should be a circle shape and the same color as your A color rubber bands. Now what you're going to do with this cap band is you're going to stretch it going across any 2 pins on your loom. Then you're going to get your clip on the other end of your bracelet and attach it to this end of your bracelet as well. Oh goodness. Once your clip is attached to your cap band, you can take your cap band off of the pins and off of your loom, and now your clip should be attached to both ends of your bracelet, and now you should have your bracelet. So what you can do now is adjust all of the frills and make sure they're all pointing outwards the same direction, so your bracelet should look something like this here. And once you have adjusted everything, you can put your bracelet on, and bam! So as you can see here, I am now wearing my Frilly ladder bracelet, and I am also wearing this Loomy time watch with a dragon scale connected to it. So, well, if you're interested in making this and you have Loomy time watches, there will be a link to this tutorial in the description, but this is about the Frilly ladder bracelet. So, yeah. So I hope you have your little Frilly ladder bracelet now, and hopefully this tutorial showed you how to make one of these successfully on your monster tail, or any 4 pins. So you could do a finger loom if you wanted to, but that would be a little difficult because you won't have a hook. But hopefully it taught you how to make this bracelet successfully. And if you are having trouble making this bracelet on your monster tail, then you might want to make it on just a regular loom if you have a regular loom. But this bracelet shouldn't be too difficult, but you never know. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. So thanks for watching, and bye!